Hey there, I'm glad to be back because the previous week I had a very bad throat infection and slight fever. I was down with that, so I couldn't continue with the further live sessions and online uh, presentations and similar communication. But yeah, awesome to be back. And by the way, I'm back with very good news for writers and for readers alike. We are doing a collection of works based on Delhi, India's capital. And this particular work includes English writings, English works done by authors. The genre that we don't specify. You can write poetry, short story, essay, personal essay, research article, any genre you can choose, and you can send your works to us. But first of all, in order to register for Delhi Anthology, Delhi collection, you have to register through the link in my bio. Go to the bio and search for Delhi Anthology. It's given in the beginning itself. Just click in the link in my bio and get the registration link for Delhi Anthology. Hey guys, a lot of people are joining. Wonderful. I think it's time for us to get our special guest for today. First of all, we'll be joined by Ankush ma'am, who's the chief editor of the Holistic Pine Anthology, which is right now we are calling it Delhi Anthology. And we hopefully will be joined by another guest also. Hey ma'am, how
Good
are
evening,
you?
sir. How are you? I hope you are doing
Good
well.
evening.
So,
Yes, excellent. So I was talking to our audience about our anthology project, Delhi, and it's such an exciting news where people are getting an opportunity to write about their own areas, their own dwelling spaces, so to speak, their own areas, their own regions, and they can also find space to publish those writings. Indeed, it is something like a great thing, especially when you're a reader, you find your own region written and published, and when you read something about your own region, you feel really good. I felt it so many times when I read about my own state, Kerala, written in books and all. So it's a great opportunity for both readers and writers alike. So how are you, ma'am? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, it's such an honor to, come up with Delhi as the topic itself.
Mm,
And I believe that in
indeed.
the field of writing, it is not always important to come up with very intricate or complex ideas. Keep it minimalistic
Mm,
and let it shine. That is what we can do. And
yes, yes,
Delhi is
yes.
a place. So I still remember there was a poetry I had recited years back, and the punchline I used "Dil walon ki Dilli" something. I really don't remember what was it, but
Mm,
Delhiites are
mm,
known for that "Dil walon ki Dilli." So
mm,
the response is
mm,
amazing. Like when so many wonderful
great.
writers are already contributed, established authors are there, and I
Mm,
believe that if you want to dedicate something for your state, your region, or area, writing is the best thing. That is a treasure that you can keep forever. As I always say, that is the beauty of books.
absolutely.
Even video content that is there, but definitely if
True.
you have something in written, you can show it. You can showcase it. That is what you
Mm.
can do. So, sir, you're from
I
South,
think written
so
word has more power.
yeah, that is true. You're
Mm.
from South, so have you ever been to Delhi? So,
Well, no,
no.
only in television and YouTube,
Yeah, yeah.
travel videos.
No, Delhi
I do
is,
watch travel videos,
yes,
so.
Delhi is known for its food, education, and in Writers Column, we have so many people who are from Delhi.
Oh yeah, writerskalam
Yes,
is
yes.
like it is there in Delhi, and so many writers are there from Delhi.
So many are
And I'm
there.
so happy that today we might be joined by Suresh sir, right? Who's also from Delhi.
Yes, yes, he is from Delhi, and
He hasn't joined so far, but hopefully he will be here.
hopefully, hopefully.
Let's see.
But the
Yeah,
idea
but
of,
Cool.
No, no,
Yes.
you proceed with it. I
The
said that
idea is,
the idea was a very brilliant one, and every day so
hmm,
many writers are coming up, and already they've
hmm.
started giving in their write-ups. So that is the
Oh,
best
yes.
thing.
Indeed.
And
And the deadline is just
so
3 days away on 30th of March.
yes, yes,
Only 3 more days to go. Oh my God. Only 2 more days to go. 2 more days and a few hours for the deadline.
few hours, and we are
Yes.
trying to meet the deadlines. It is. I think that
We
the
have to.
excitement burns out if you delay anything, and we
Hmm.
always try to
Yes.
come out with things on time. And there are some
Hmm.
people who
Hmm.
do come in the end. Some say that we are not able to submit, but guys, give it a shot. It
Hmm.
is not
Yes.
our anthology, it is yours. So if you
Yes.
give in your entries on time, then product will be in your
Hmm.
hands on time, because the process is long, and our editing team has to do a lot of process. The creative team is there, and these, I think, we always try to give the writers space. We encourage them. So if you have
Hmm.
research papers written, poetry, anything, you can submit.
Simpy he was busy today. Simpy Sharma, who's one of the compilers, one of the co-compilers of this
Yes.
anthology, and who she's also from Delhi. She lives in Delhi, but I think she's from Himachal Pradesh originally.
No,
But
no,
she
she
is,
is
oh,
from,
she
she's a
is from Delhi.
Delhiite and
Okay.
she's married in
All
Himachal,
right, all
yeah.
right.
And Suresh
Okay,
is
okay.
from
All right.
Kerala and he was settled in,
Ah,
yeah, he was settled in Delhi.
yes.
Almost
Thank
a
you for
Delhi.
clearing that out.
Yes, yes, that is very important. And it is not your fault, because I
Yes.
believe that in Writers Column we all don't really run after which
We are from
regions.
different areas.
We
Yeah.
are really not concerned with what person is from which place, and
Yeah.
I believe that even you are able to flaunt a bit of Punjabi words and songs.
Of course.
I think that happens,
Sure. And
and
I think Writers Kalam is the only truly Indian publication where we have individuals from all states, almost, I mean, every region of India, if not from all states, at least from all regions of India, contributing their best, you know. And no other publishing house or no other journal or no other
yes, Suresh ji
educational
is here finally.
institution has that.
Yes, yes.
Suresh sir is here.
Well, he is today, like he is going to be the brand ambassador, the representative of Delhi. So let's welcome him.
Yes.
Good evening.
Hello, Suresh
Good
sir.
evening,
Good
good evening,
evening.
Good
ma'am.
evening, Suresh. Good evening, Suresh ji. How are you?
Bus fine, all well. Life goes on.
यस यस सो
Uh-huh.
हमारे बीच अभी
Good.
उपस्थित हैं दिलवालों की दिल्ली से सुरेश नायर डायरेक्टली सो आई थॉट दैट दैट इज
Yes.
द बेस्ट इंट्रोडक्शन वी कैन गिव
Well, thanks for the positive introduction. But generally, unfortunately, Delhi tends to have a, how shall I say, a lot of people, for a lot of people, Delhi has a negative connotation. People are apprehensive about Delhi when they hear about Delhi. So once in a while, it's nice to hear somebody
Mm.
say things
yeah
like,
we are just focusing on the positive I guess because the newspapers are
Mm.
too much filled up with negative information, not negative but the reality that is there, and Suresh ji,
Mm.
when did you first? So start with how you landed in Delhi.
well,
Like,
I was
it is
born
quite
here.
interesting. Yes, we are two Keralites here originally. Yeah.
Well, I was born here. My father came here in '65. So, well, my schooling
Mhm.
and graduation, everything is from Delhi itself. So, I have been,
Very good.
for me, the, how shall I put it, the lifestyle or the way of living in Delhi is something which I've been born and brought up with. So, it was only after
Mm.
I stepped out of Delhi, post my, after my graduation that, you know, this reference about, Dilli Wala and, in a good way and a bad way, both. I won't say just about the bad way, in a good way and a bad way both.
Mm.
This I understood the term Dilli Wala. Actually, when I actually stepped out of Delhi, that was the time when I understood what that term Dilli Wala means. But you talk about,
Okay.
like you said, talk about the good things and the bad things. I mean, there are 100 good things, there are a million good things about Delhi. And I'll just share an example. Yesterday, a few friends of few of us met, uh, and old friends of mine, and we sat together and we were talking, and I couldn't, I couldn't help notice. All six of us spoke Hindi in six different dialects, if I may say, dialects or styles.
Yeah,
So there's
accents.
Mm-hmm.
one friend who had spent his younger days in Punjab. There's one guy from Uttarakhand. Okay, there's one guy he's a Maharashtrian who's now in Delhi. So there's six of us who spoke in six different styles. We were all six of us. Sorry, we were carrying we were carrying a lunchbox. When we opened our lunch boxes, there's six different types of food. So there was an idli and upma from my side. There was a aloo ka parantha from the gentleman from Punjab. So everybody had, like there were six different varieties of food, six different cuisines, if I may say.
Mm-hmm.
And that is something which, we take that for granted. For us, it is nothing. It's not really unique.
Mm.
It's not something, how shall I put, out of the box for us. But probably a lot of people who come to Delhi, for the first time, or the fact, they are infrequent visitors to Delhi, they find these things very unique. So I think it's a city which has an acceptability of culture. Yet I think the city is able to give a niche to each of the people with their own cultural identities. So any particular identity or culture never stands out because you've seen it before. Yet, it is unique. Yet it is very different. So, Navratra chal rahe hain, so this is a custom which is, so will confirm that this is something not relevant in Kerala, but our household, there's no non-veg or pyaz and lasan for 9 days. I just share this example because this is something which we felt as a, culturally or as a matter of a religious, point of view. It's something which you adapt. So I think this is pretty unique to Delhi. Then you can talk about. I think it's one city. You can talk about one city which celebrates, I think, virtually all of the pan-Indian festivals, because every community is represented here. So people may not realize it, but Delhi, yes, of course, is culturally vibrant. I'm not saying they are culturally aware. I'm not saying they probably celebrate it, but it is vibrant in the sense that the people having, that niche of culture, people belonging to a set of culture, to a particular culture, they will celebrate it wholeheartedly. Maybe the others may or may not, but of course everybody celebrates. So every festival is visible here. So I mean, it's just that probably, like I said, all of us have been so used to seeing it from the beginning that they don't find it unique or interesting. They'll see, they observe, they probably enjoy it for a few minutes. Any cultural religious event, they'll enjoy it for a few minutes and they'll move on with their lives. I mean, they'll get on with their work or whatever. So I think that's one thing people don't realize is the homogeneity of the city. It's something which people are so used to that they don't realize the uniqueness to it. So,
Yeah,
that's
it is there. It is there. I can I can relate to it. Like sir has never been to Delhi, but when I first visited Delhi, I was I think 9 to 10. I really don't remember. And Delhi is a place that never sleeps. Am I right?
yeah,
Like so much hustle and
Mhm.
bustle, and we were from Himachal. Himachal is a quiet place. Like when everyone is sleeping, तो मतलब पूरी दुनिया जहान सो रही है. And in Delhi, it was like, and it was something very new for us, especially me being a kid. So yeah, but yes, he's very. It's very true that culturally it is open for everybody. Like if somebody is in Delhi, then that thing won't come that you're from
Mm.
Himachal. Maybe it is there, but I think still it is that multicultural and
Mm.
India representing because people from various
Right.
places go there for jobs and all. So you also
Mm.
you can also share your experience, like what exactly you feel like when you watch the television, like or not the negative news. Negative news is definitely there.
Yeah.
So
For me, one of the precious things about Delhi that I heard about and that I definitely want to experience once at least in my lifetime is Delhi's book bazaar. The bookshops and related things. And so that is something. And also the Pragati Maidan Book Fest. The World Book Fair. These are some of the things that I'd like to experience myself physically by going there. Hopefully next year, as part of the Writers Kalam publishing, we'll be able to go there.
please do come
So
out,
we'll
sir. And I think you're missing
definitely,
out on a very
yes,
important aspect of Delhi. It's the cuisine.
yes.
One is the cuisine.
Okay,
So
absolutely,
you know,
yes.
again, just as I said about people from
Mm.
different cultures, so the
Mm.
cuisine is, it's a blended cuisine, uh, yet it stands out.
Mm.
And of course, Delhi street
Mm.
food is pretty well known, so it's worth a
Mm.
try.
Great.
so
Sure,
I had a personal question
sure,
suddenly
sure.
came to my mind. I don't know that let's uh, Suresh sir, you are from Kerala, so I have this very strong feeling that you must have had a love marriage. Like I feel that in your case it would have been there. I don't know. Like you're a sports person
Not
and you
really.
have
It's
traveled so many places.
well,
So
it's an
you're
arranged
like
marriage.
okay, okay. So ma'am is also from Kerala. Oh, I thought she's a Delhiite. Like she
She's an
like
no,
that.
she's the story is very similar. She's also a Nair, a Keralite living in Delhi, and before marriage, our households was just a couple of kilometers from each other. But and I had to actually convince or rather tell everyone. Everybody was like okay, why didn't you tell us? Yeah, I said I never knew her. She didn't never knew me. So that part was an actual coincidence. But I'm it was an arranged marriage.
Very good.
Exactly.
What about the cuisine? So you were talking about the cuisine. What is it that I should try coming from Kerala? What is your suggestion for every
Sir,
Malayali?
you should definitely try the paranthas here. You should definitely try the chole bhatura
Parathe
here.
Mm.
wali gali. Yeah, that is
Not
Mm.
one doesn't have to be there as of
Chole
now. I
bhature.
mean, of course,
okay. Okay.
Mm.
still well known, but like I said, the beauty about Delhi is
Mm.
there are a lot of places. And Central
Mm.
Delhi, I mean, it just took many. There's this chur naan paratha, which you get at Central Delhi.
Okay.
So, and
Mm-hmm.
of course, the non-veg cuisine. If you are a non-vegetarian,
Mm.
uh,
Mm. I
probably
am actually.
we can go to 3 places a day for the best non-veg cuisine, and
Okay.
it would probably take us it would probably take us more than a couple of months to cover all the good ones, just the good
Oh my
ones.
God.
It's a huge variety for. And what
Okay.
about the vegetarian people?
Okay.
who are just trying to save
Like
the
I said,
environment. What are the
Ankush ma'am,
vegetarian
like
people? What
I
are the
said,
options?
varieties are unbelievable. I mean, again, the
Mm.
the uh, the central part of Delhi, which is the older part of Delhi, is famous for its cuisine, so both veg and
Mm.
non-veg. So
Mm.
you know,
Mm.
so some parts of
I heard
South.
that there are some really good mutton and chicken items are there.
Same with
Really good
veg,
ones.
there's a very well-known shop
Mm.
for chole bhature, there's a well-known shop for kachori, there's a well-known shop for naan. So I mean,
Oh.
the list is endless. Like I said, I mean,
Mm.
it's a picnic.
Mm.
If you're a foodie,
Mhm.
it's a picnic. Delhi is a picnic for
Cool.
you.
Mm. Great.
That's something which is really colorful about Delhi. It's the cuisine, and
And you're a
no matter.
You have also
sportsman.
joined
Sorry,
Delhi Anthology, and you have also joined Delhi
yeah, I'm
Anthology,
part
right?
of it.
Delhi
I'm part of
Anthology.
it, sir.
So, would you like to write anything for that? Any short story? Because I
Of
know
course.
that you are a wonderful short story writer.
Oh, thank you
And
very
would
much,
you
sir.
like to try out something
I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do.
about Delhi? Some character? Would you like
I
to like
would
observe
love to
somebody,
do that.
secretly?
Def-
You must have already have some ideas. I know. Yeah.
you just gave me a couple of more just by talking about the fact that would you like to write something? I just got a couple of more ideas.
Yeah.
So, I would
Yes.
love to
Yes.
do that, sir. I would love to do that, definitely. Sorry,
Mm.
ma'am, I interrupted you.
Think about any.
Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, Anu sir.
Ma'am was saying something. Yes.
Ankush ma'am is
Yeah.
also asking. Ankush ma'am, आप कुछ
Ma'am.
कह रहे थे?
No,
Sorry, I missed you.
I forgot because I was it was something very
Oh,
important, but
so
yeah,
sorry.
No problem.
like I was no, I was listening to both of you, and so how did the idea
I'm so
of
sorry.
like you
Ma'am.
are into sports and all, so
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think Delhi is must be very good with sports and all these activities, like the huge trophies and all, whatever you share.
Mm.
Opportunities are there. See,
Yes.
at our level, at my age, corporate, especially cricket for corporates, it's a big thing. Delhi NCR, not just Delhi NCR. Probably Gurgaon would be much bigger than Delhi as of now today, because of the presence of corporates. But yes, I think it's something which is catching up. If you talk about cycling, and it's a big thing in Delhi. You talk about long distance running. Uh, Long distance or short marathons, yes, you'd find. Of course, one aspect to it is that people, after they reach a certain age, they tend to get extremely fitness conscious. The other aspect to it is that the stresses of life, you want an outlet. So people look back
Mm.
and try to remember, what were the things that they enjoyed most when they were a child. I have a friend who's a
Mm.
psychologist. The first thing he says is that whenever you feel stressed out, try to remember the things which you enjoyed as a child. So if my friend would ask me, I'd say I enjoyed playing sports. So that's how I started again. That's how I started playing again,
Hmm.
and probably it's true for
Wow.
a lot of the people in Delhi. But it's it's big. It's big. I still remember
Mm.
10 years back when I started playing corporate cricket, and I would stand outside my apartment building, waiting for my friend to pick up, and people would look at me as if, uh, what is he going to do? What is he trying to do? And from if I look back, if I look ahead, and you from that time till now, today probably Noida, Greater Noida, there would be 100 grounds, and they're full every weekend. Noida, Gurgaon, Delhi, there are probably more than 100 grounds, and they're full. So now when I stand outside, I'd see 10 people every weekend, at least 10 people every weekend with their cricket kits. So as a culture,
Yeah.
sports is picked up because people spend too much time on their laptops. People spend too much time
Mm.
on their phones. People spend too much time traveling to and from work. And I think few of them would realize that, they need some activity which actually, you know, uh, the friend of mine puts it very well. We don't play to enjoy the game. I think we play to forget the stress and exhaustion of the work life which we have for 5 to 6 days a week. So the 4 hours we spend on the ground are it's a healing for us for the pressures of work of a work life for the entire week. So it is pretty big here. So the sporting culture is pretty big here. Of course, if I look back at the time, me and friends of mine, we the amount of time we spend outdoors. Sadly, kids don't do that today. So the other aspect to the sporting culture here is, I would think probably the interest besides cricket probably. But the general interest for children to play outdoors is less. They are spending a lot more of their time on a mobile phone or a laptop. So that's one big change, and I think it's a worrying factor probably. I mean, you got to spend some time outside. You just can't be inside sitting on a laptop or lying on the bed, on the phone all the time or on a laptop. You need to spend time outdoors, and especially for children. That's something which is missing now.
Yes, absolutely.
Whenever
Another thing that fascinates me.
Yes.
Ma'am, you were saying
No,
something.
you continue.
Please.
Continue, please. Continue,
No, I won't forget it.
No.
You will forget about
I
it.
won't forget it.
Well, another thing that fascinates me about Delhi is its historical monuments and the significance of that area that has in the history of India. And it fascinates me because as a child, as you said, sir, rightly, think about the things that fascinated you as a child. And when I was a child, what interested me the most was history. And I used to go through all these historical, books and shows that, told about India's history and kings and emperors and all. So Delhi, in that sense, is fascinating. Red Fort and its historical significance, a lot of things. So, in a way, that is also something that marks Delhi as a special place for somebody from the south.
True, sir, and but the thing is, I think the appreciation of these historical buildings and these architectural marvels, it is appreciated only who are not from Delhi. Somewhere I think the people of Delhi are, I don't know. Maybe it's because they've seen it a few times, but I think like I said, so the Akshardham temple, it's barely a kilometer from my place, and anybody from outside Delhi, they talk about like, we're coming to Delhi, we need to be at the temple, and they'll ask me ki, aap kitni bari gaye ho? And I'm like, I've been there just once. So they're like, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's so close to your place. I said, that's the way it is. And I think it would be true for all most of the people living in Delhi. And it actually takes a third person to tell you make you realize the worth of these architectural marvels and these historical monuments present in the city. People themselves living in Delhi themselves, they don't realize the the value or the uniqueness about those monuments. So it's when a third person comes they take you along, and then when they look at it in a very fascinated and like a small child looking at something really fascinating. That is when you realize, yes, this is something. I'm not just talking about the Akshardham temple, all the buildings, and like I said, you look into their eyes, you look at their expressions. That's when you realize, wow, yes, this is something. This is so close to your place. I think probably you should, appreciate these monuments, these buildings of history. But like I said, it takes a third person to make you realize that.
I think it's the same with everybody. Every place also the same thing going on. For example, if you ask me about some historical place in Kerala, in Kannur, in my district, for I would have probably never visited that place. Would have never gone there. But obviously, it takes an outsider to tell us, the significance of our own areas and places. So indeed, it's uh, it's a common thing, I believe. But I think that's why India is so special. You have all these things and so much history, so much to see and hear and understand.
And at times, but somewhere I feel it can be challenging at times. I like I said, Ankush ma'am, I don't want to touch on the negativity part, but I would see it more of a part of the vibrancy of the city. So certain communities have a certain way of doing things. So if I specifically talk about, let's say the way of business, the way of doing business. So culturally, there are different ways of doing business. So Delhi becomes a challenge, and I say this from my experience as a sales professional. Handling Delhi is the toughest job for a sales professional, and I'm sure it will be true for other professional people as well. Because every 20-30 kilometers or probably less, the kind of people you're meeting will be very different from the previous one.
Wow.
Their way of doing business is different. Their method of conducting business is different. Their and their general way of going about things would be very different. So for a professional to integrate in the work life within Delhi, and I'm like I said, it would be true for an office culture also. You are probably a person who's handling a team of 20-30 people will find it more challenging in Delhi than in maybe other parts of the country, because like I said, all the entire group of all these 30 people, they would have different working styles, and that stems from their different cultural upbringing. So
true.
So I would see it as a challenge. So you'd see a lot of times the lot of people who visit who shift to Delhi, and it takes time to adjust to the city as such, but I think it takes more time to adjust with the work culture also. And the challenge with the work culture is primarily because every individual has a different cultural background. So that makes it more challenging.
True. These are things that we never really thought about. We never think about this about a particular place. I mean, when we talk about these things, when we discuss a place, it comes alive in many new ways. It takes new shapes that we never expected it to take. And indeed, it is fascinating. I'm sure the anthology is going to come out really, really great. If I wish writers could hear this, we will definitely share this live session on Instagram and also on our YouTube channel, so that people can listen to it, writers can listen to it and understand what are the different angles of looking at a place. This is a learning experience for anybody who's going through this live session today.
I'm sure, definitely.
Indeed. Any more questions, ma'am? Or should we wind up now? Ma'am, your audio is not coming. Hello?
Ankush, audio is not...
Okay. Yeah. Now is it
yes.
audible?
Now it's coming. Yes.
So I think that today all the questions that we put up, and we also got a very good clarity, and all our readers will get more clarity once this anthology comes out. Because so many people will be pouring in their ideas about Delhi, and just like Suresh sir shared so many things. And I think that is the beauty of India, and things are evolving, security issues are also there. Newspapers are like every day when you open up, something or the other is there. And I believe that it is just a part of life. Negatives and positives, just stay safe, everyone. That is
Yes.
what we can say. And yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
sure Suresh sir doesn't have a problem because he does his workouts well and he is a batsman, I believe. So, you know,
Mm.
when he's around, nothing wrong goes on, you know. So,
Like
and as a
a lot of
writer,
people
you know, what
who are
I'm,
so used to things that you like it
mm,
takes a third
mm,
person to point out the uniqueness.
yes, absolutely. That's the point. And you are able to point them out because you are a writer yourself and you understand how to observe or how patterns evolve. And it's fascinating talking to you, Suresh sir. And thank you so much for accepting our invitation to be a part of this live session at the Holistic Mind Live. I'm
Always.
sure you have enjoyed it as much as we
Oh
did
yes, definitely. It's
and our
always a
audience did.
pleasure. Anu sir, Ankush ma'am, it's really
Wonderful.
enthralling. These sessions are really enthralling.
Indeed.
Yes,
Indeed,
yes.
indeed. And we are going to come out with this fascinating anthology, Delhi anthology soon.
Right.
If you haven't submitted, anyone from the audience, if you haven't submitted your write-ups to us, do check out the link in my bio where you can submit your write-ups on Delhi. If you have visited Delhi, write about the place, write about the people, the food, the cuisine, the culture, and the minute things that you have noticed in the form of short stories, essays, research articles, poetry, whatever form you want to give it, it's fine. Whatever word count you want to give it, it's fine. Come out with something new, something about your place, Delhi, or the place that you want to visit or you visited once. It'll be fascinating to read it. We are trying to use it like a study material for the future generations, where people can actually go back and see these books as a resource material for future studies and researches. The writers have written down various aspects of this particular state or particular area. So in cultural studies, this concept, this book will be useful for research scholars and students of cultural studies. Delhi Anthology is going to be a useful resource, I'm sure. So I'm sure all our writers will be pouring in their submissions at the earliest. 30th of March is the last date, and try making it within that deadline. So thank you so much once again, Suresh sir and Ankush ma'am,
Thank you so much.
for being a part of this live.
And
Thank you
thank you
so
so
much.
much, Suresh ji. Like your presence always is uh, it adds to
True.
everything because we will
Yes.
come to his story also someday so that aspiring authors can
Yes.
get some inspiration that
Yes.
it is all about
Yes.
dreams and it is not about age and at the same time his decision to shift towards writing. So it will be
And
definitely
for our
inspire
audience,
so many people.
I'd also like to reveal a small tidbit about Suresh sir. He is also working on his own book, which he will be finishing in the future. But right now, he's working on it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is,
I am.
and he won't be losing that. He won't be losing that, enthusiasm.
No,
And
He'll
not
be
do
at all.
read
working on it.
his column in
Yes.
our journal. He writes
Yes.
he
Oh
writes
yeah.
wonderfully and yes. And his story we won't reveal it much. I think in near future
It's
No.
we'll
humbling when
take.
some
Yes.
good authors,
Yes,
when
yes.
good writers say
Definitely.
these things
All
about
our
you.
viewers
It's
will
humbling.
love to know about his journey. Yes. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
bye.
So let's wind up this live session today. Take care, everyone. Have a very good evening. Have a great time ahead. Take
Take care, sir.
care. Bye-bye. Take care, sir. Bye-bye.